Story 1. My girlfriend just broke up with me because of her work friends. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thanks. My relationship with my girlfriend, Kate, has been committed for the past 5 years, but our history together goes back an additional 2 years. My first experiences were largely shared with her. We attended one another's homecoming dances and proms. During the difficult times, we supported and helped one another. I am well aware that Kate is beyond my capabilities, but I did everything in my power to ensure that she felt protected and at ease. I have feelings for her, and I've always imagined a future with her. While I went off to college and earned a degree with a double major, Kate decided to pursue a career in the beauty industry. We had discussed getting married and starting a family while making plans to move in with each other within the next few months. Throughout the course of the previous few months, she continued to make remarks such as, "My coworkers keep asking why I'm with you. Name of colleague seems to think that you're not even in the same league as me. My coworkers want me to hang out with them and get to know new people, so I'm going to oblige them." At every opportunity, I would inquire about Kate's perspective. She has repeatedly assured me that she loves me and is oblivious to the criticism. Tells them to cease their actions. However, they continued to repeat the comments that were made by her coworkers. There was never any barrier to our communication. We worked things out by talking. We haven't run into any major problems so far. We have disagreements about trivial matters such as movies, television shows, anime, food, and so on. Nothing is kept in the dark by us. The beginning of these comments occurred when she started working at that salon. She works with all different kinds of women. She did not commit any form of dishonesty. There should be no emotional affairs. There are no hiding places, no secret social media. The previous evening, we went on a wonderful date, had a pleasant time on the after date. After I had dropped her off at her residence, she remarked that she was having second thoughts about our relationship and that she wanted to end it. I was completely perplexed, so I kept my mouth shut and listened. I slowly walked away. It was definitely because of the people she worked with at the time, the remarks that they were making and the pressure they were putting on her to leave me. She indicated this in a text message within a span of less than 4 hours. She began calling and texting me to tell me that she was sorry, that she hadn't meant what she said, that she loves me, and that she was an idiot for what she had said and for listening to her new friends. She had already made up her mind to leave and look for work elsewhere. Put an end to your conversation with her friends or coworkers. No one has received a response from me. My loyalties are divided. I love her. I have a ring being made for her. We have a nest egg set aside for when we finally buy a house together. We are connected through 85% of our mutual friends. The remainder comes from our respective jobs. The majority of our mutual friends are aware of the breakup at this point and appear to be in the same state of bewilderment as I am. It would appear that she was honest with them, based on some of the messages that have been sent to me. That she foolishly went along with the insecurities that her coworkers gave her about our relationship even though she knew that they were coming from her coworkers. Her parents attempted to get in touch with me to inquire about what had taken place. We are very close. I have been radio silent. To my good fortune, I am able to work from home. Yesterday, I took my laptop and left my apartment in search of a nice location that offered a reliable internet connection so that I could continue working. I feel lost. I have no idea what I was thinking. I have no idea what to think or how to feel. Please give me your input and recommendations. Update: shortly after I posted this, my supervisor sent me an urgent message asking if it would be possible for us to conduct the meeting via Zoom. It was okay with me. When his picture was brought up, there were 2 police officers standing behind him. It would appear that someone asked them to conduct a wellness check on me, but they refused to name that person. They looked in my apartment, but no one was there when they arrived. Then there is my work. I wasn't there at the time. My manager was aware that I was actively working from home, so he gave me a call. I had to reassure them that I was fine, but that I had turned off my phone due to the drama. In addition to that, I have plans to visit her parents later on tonight. Update number 2: we did not have a meeting last night. I moved it to this evening as the new time, Friday. When you're already feeling down, life has a way of giving you a swift kick in the rear. Yesterday evening, as I was going through the calls that I had missed, I received a voicemail informing me that my ring would be ready to pick up today, Friday. In addition, I would like to apologize for any typos or grammatical errors. Over the past few days, I have not been in my right mind at all. Many thanks for the input you've provided. It's likely that I'll post an update either tomorrow or Sunday. Story 2. Dad is mad at me for wanting an apology for that time he choked me when I was a kid. As a bit of background information, I have been depressed since I was 15 years old. Even though it has been like this ever since I was a little girl, I wasn't able to put a name to it until I was somewhere between the ages of 9 and 10. As is typical for children my age, I resorted to acting up as a way of pleading for assistance. As soon as it became clear that this strategy was not going to work, I began to declare out loud that I had no desire to continue existing. Sadly, my parents did not respond in the way that the 9-year-old version of my brain anticipated they would. I was hoping they would reassure me or help me find this mystical therapy that Google kept recommending to me. That is to say, we did not lack the necessary funds or resources. Rather than that, what I got was my father pinning me to the ground and putting his hands around my neck during one of my more severe mental breakdowns. He kept saying, "If you want to die so bad, I'll kill you myself." My mother stood on the sidelines and observed everything without showing any emotion, something she now denies. My trust in my parents was severely damaged as a result of this incident, and as a result, I have resolved to never again discuss my thoughts of suicide. Even now, I have a hard time opening up, and I find that I physically cannot express myself. It feels exactly the same as when someone was choking me before. My mother finally gave in and agreed to put me on some medication in addition to weekly therapy sessions after I got drunk off of my father's hidden stash and then broke down in front of her. Now that I'm feeling better, I decided it was time to confront my mother about things that happened to me when I was younger. Talking about it is very hard for me, and I almost passed out from stress. She explained to me that my father was merely frightened and was attempting to teach me a lesson. She began by attempting to explain how my dad had been raised in a house full of men, and how he simply behaved in a manner that a man would. My stomach dropped to my stomach. After years of suppressing my feelings about how traumatic this experience was, I had finally opened up about it, and this is what I got in response. I clammed up, mumbled "okay," and then got up and went for a walk to get some fresh air and clear my head. Let's jump ahead in time to the present day. I was having an episode, which is extremely unusual in today's society. I couldn't be happier with how far I've come. I made an effort to cover it up, but I think my dad saw it because he made a remark about it. I hope you are not having suicidal thoughts. Do you remember the last time I assisted you in your attempt to end your life? You didn't like it very much. I was already on edge, but this pushed me over the edge completely. I broke down into tears and told him how much the traumatic experience had affected me, and how I wanted him to at least apologize to me for it. He laughed it off and said that since I'm his kid, he didn't have to apologize to me, but that I should mind my tone when I spoke to him. My mother concurred with him and made me apologize before putting me in my room. She then left the room. My mother is a stay-at-home mom, so my father brings in the only income for our household. Later on, she came to talk to me and reprimanded me for yelling at my father. She said that the only reason I am able to have so many opportunities is because of him. Although I do love my dad, I can't help but wonder if I should have just kept my mouth shut or approached the situation in a different manner. I feel so lost.